Hi, I'm Jack. I'm a sophomore at NYU, and this is my off-campus apartment. I was just making dinner when you guys got here. It's really important to find the right grocery store in your neighborhood when you're living off campus, because if you're not on meal plan, then you're going to be spending a lot of money eating out, and that's not economical when rent is so high. I went through a broker who showed me, I went through like 3 different brokers, and then the one who showed me this apartment showed me 2 like under the same real estate management company, and it was fine. It was good because I had no idea what I was doing. I never lived in the city before, but brokers charge a really big fee after you sign and get moved in, like once your lease is set. I think my fee that my broker paid or charged was 12% of yearly rent. So on top of paying rent every month, I had to pay even more to her for 1 day of work, showing me 2 apartments. So yeah, don't use a broker. If you can, find a building manager, find somebody who's leaving their apartment so you don't have to go through a broker. The 2 that I saw from this broker were a lot closer to NYU and it's kind of cheaper. And something I didn't realize was most apartments don't actually have an oven and stove in my price range. So most either only had a stovetop or only had a microwave that came with it. Sometimes when I'm cooking, the fire alarm will go off. So I turn on my bathroom fan because I don't have an actual fan to cook with. When I first moved in, when I ran the sink, all of the sink water would drain into my bathtub in the bathroom. So if I had like dirty dishes in there, then like the grease or like food particles would come up in my bathtub. So I called my super to get that fixed as fast as I could. Especially in the winter, that window doesn't have like a locking mechanism. So it sometimes just like opens of its own volition, I guess. Which is really annoying when it's 6 degrees outside and the radiator isn't under my control. That's another thing. My super has to control the heat for the entire building because gas is included in rent. So if it's cold, I just better hope my super feels cold and turns on the radiator. So I am living off campus as a sophomore because I transferred, so there wasn't any on-campus housing for me when I got here. It's so nice to be on my own schedule and not have to worry about other people needing to shower or other people needing to use the bathroom or like waking other people up or sharing food, all those things. I actually really love listening to music when I eat. That's the one con of being alone. I think meals are really good to share with other people. So when I eat, it's good to listen to music. I started collecting my vinyl stuff about like 4 years ago because I was cleaning out my grandparents' basement and found a bunch of records that they had and took them and started buying more myself because I got this machine. This couch actually I got because my grandparents moved into like a smaller house, so I took this really nice leather couch that I never could have afforded on my own and put it in my very small, cheap apartment. Actually, most of the furniture that I have is taken, like these bookshelves, that one over there too, I took from my parents. That dresser's from Goodwill. This is from my parents. This is from my parents. I just took all the furniture that people that they weren't using anymore. Honestly, this is a good pre-gaming apartment, not a good party apartment because it's so small. But yeah, having like a small group of people over, playing Mario Kart, making some food, and just hanging out listening to music, that's really the best. So yeah, I feel really lucky to get to live in my own apartment in Manhattan. Obviously, size is kind of an issue. It's so small, but I'm not a big guy, so it's not that much of a problem. You have to be sort of creative when it comes to storage stuff. Like, for instance, even this bench has all my sheets and towels in it. That table has all my sweaters in it. All of these shelves are just my clothes. This shelving is just my locker ladder from 8th grade that I repurposed for my closet. Other thoughts I have about this apartment, I've been living here for I think 5 months now. I'll be here for another like 7. I move out in August. I'm going to miss it here a lot. I'm not going to miss the price, but I'll miss the neighborhood, I'll miss the space, I'll miss having my own sort of mini home. It's a great place to live here in Alphabet City. There's always something to do. There's always a lot going on, and there's always a good time to be had.